Hello and welcome to the new EMTV Social. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Dave Harroway as we look ahead to the start of the 2024 Stellar Monarchs season and a visit off our nearest and dearest from across the M8, the Glasgow Tigers in BSN Series Scottish Group action. Dave, it's been a long, cold, wet winter. Some would say it's still cold and wet as we speak just now here, but hopefully we'll be all guns blazing and ready to go on Friday.
Yeah, no, it's what you're waiting for. All as soon as that last meeting's gone in the season before, it's all about when is it going to be the first Friday in April, the last Friday in March, or when's the first match going to be? The Glasgow Tigers roll into town as per usual. All the excitement has built up. We've seen a few other matches going on with scores, and now finally it's our turn on Friday night, and let's bring it on.
That's it. Bring it on, as you say, Dave, and bring him on. That's what we'll say to this. Nobody's here to watch me and you. Let's get the main man in. The newly crowned, it's Captain Castagna welcomes in. Paco,
Ciao,
ciao,
ciao.
ciao. How are we?
Ciao, ciao, ciao. All good, all fine. In sunny and warm Italy, actually, it starts rain now here as well. But yeah, all good, all fine.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we should move the track over there, and then we're less likely to need to.
I wouldn't mind that. So that would save me a lot of traveling as well, so I can stay at home a little bit more.
Yeah, you just need to tell the rest of the guys about those flights.
So they can feel me a little bit about the traveling and how tiring it is.
Paco, of course, season starts and probably a strange winter for you. Of course, probably the most rest you've had speedway wise in a few years. We're not doing the Argentinian series, so with that in mind, are you even more rare to go than you normally would be because it's been quite a while since your last real team competitive action?
Yeah, well, it was obviously different than before. What I've done was I needed to invest in equipment during the winter, so I kind of stayed at home and worked in the restaurant for the whole winter, really, for the 5 months. And halfway through the winter, I got a message from the American organizers asking me to go over and do a couple of meetings. And I thought it's only going to be like, I think it was 11 days or something like this. It's only going to be like less than 2 weeks. So I got a call and I thought it was good to go there. Obviously, one meeting was rained off, the other one was on, and I was on board equipment, but it was a good experience. But there was not much racing or anything. So yeah, it kind of gave me the taste, but it was nothing. So I really want to get started now. I had some practice in Italy and Slovenia. I had the first meeting on was it Easter Sunday in Germany. So yeah, now I'm really happy the season is starting. I just want to get to the tapes, if you know what I mean. After all the waiting time, the preparation, all the time, the workshop, and all the money spent, now I want to get to the track.
Yeah, sounds like you're just as eager as we are for Friday, Paco. And hopefully the rest of the fans as well. Just remember, if you put your comment into Facebook or YouTube, we'll bring it up. We'll ask Paco any questions that come up. We're a bit quiet so far, but we'll hopefully get a few questions for you before we go up to then again. Guess it's up to us to think of the questions up to then, Graham. And as you alluded to slightly earlier, what the one change for this year is you're now captain of the Monarchs. What does that mean to you, Paco?
It's just a big change. I think nothing changes really on how I will be at the track, because I just try to be myself and do what I always do, and is try to get the team together, obviously. But on the other side, of course, you have a bit more pressure. You have to concentrate on yourself as well as the others. You have to take an eye. You have to give an eye also to the other riders, see if they are not doing good or what, and try to bring them all together. Which, to be fair, is not easy at all. I saw it with Pico. I saw it with Sam. I think Sam was a very, very good captain on noticing small things. Like if he sees you walking on the bike, he would come and ask you what's going on. And then it's just like being the glue to the group. And I think I've been that in the past, being the joker of the group and just have a laugh and be that guy also in the changing rooms. And then I think that a good environment and a hungry environment altogether can bring victories.
Yeah, I think you're right, Paco. In Edinburgh's success in the past, we've seen there's no one way to be a good captain. Some guys you mentioned, like Sam, he probably did it by going out and scoring 15-point maximum and being immaculate, and everyone followed that. Then guys like Derek Snedden we had in 2014, who was at reserve for most of the season, did it by being in the pits, geeing everyone up. And I guess it's about finding that balance, isn't it? That when we spoke about it, when it was announced, it's very hard for you to do your job if your teammates are looking at your scorecard and see 0-0-0, but in the same way, you're there just to facilitate for them and just make their job easier. So, there's no kind of right or wrong way. It'll be Paco's way.
Yeah, I think, as you say, that's the pressure thing. You cannot say anything to your teammates if you're scoring 0-0-0. But on the other side, I think I just have to touch the human part of the rider, not the results or the scores or anything like that, because we can all have a bad night and we can all have a good night. But if I can bring the best out of you just by cheering you up, as you say, just being there in the pits and letting you know that I'm there if you need anything, that's something that you have in the back of your mind if something goes wrong. Of course, if I'm doing my meeting, I cannot be with you all the time with the other 6 riders, obviously, but just being there and being that guy that cheers everyone up, or even if it's organizing team meetings every 3 heats, I just make an example, just knowing that, boys, we've got a team meeting, or track walk, we do it this way, we do it the other way around, or whatever, just something that brings the group together. As you said, it's something that helps, and hopefully I can be that guy that scores the points in the track and as well do it in the pits.
We'll just switch over to some of these questions now. Well, Lynette one was saying the same as me, how you feel about being captain. We've covered that one. Scott Summers, a bit more technical. How many engines and chassis does Paco operate throughout the many countries that you race in?
That's a very nice question. Not many people know that. It's a very technical and yeah. So at the moment I've got 3 bikes in Italy and 2 in the UK. The investment was to get the 5 chassis ready to go for the season, because I wanted 2 competitive bikes in the UK and not only one, where you keep one as a spare and it's not really good. And then the 3 bikes as well in Italy, because I'm kind of hoping to get a call during the year where I can just have an extra bike to move somewhere else, whether it's Denmark or Poland or somewhere. Now the problem is obviously the engines, because they're the most expensive. I've got 3 in the UK, which I'm gonna turn around between the tracks, and I hope I can find one that suits me for Edinburgh. I think I will go back to the 2022 season where I had my best season at home, and go back to that kind of basics, and then another 3 in Italy, which I switch depending on the track. So I've got 5 bikes and 6 engines at the moment, which I lost all I sold my blood as well now to get the 5 bikes ready. but I think I'm in a good spot now. I've got some of the sponsors which came in this year and helped a lot. I'm trying to get there, because I really understand now what technically is required, and it's a very high level. Everything, engines, chassis, everything must be spot on.
Cool. We've also got Chris White saying, welcome back, Paco. What is your realistic achievable CMA? Looking for a figure 7.0 is what Chris is suggesting there.
So, honestly talking, I'm very, very, very ignorant when it comes to averages. So I have got no idea of when it changes, how it changes, if bonus points are counting, if they're not, which meetings are counting for the averages. All I know is that personally, I put all averages together. I think the Spirit Star does that. They put all meetings together, yeah. So when I look at that at the end of the year, of course, I've got a figure in my head which I really, really hope I can go for a 7. That was my figure, 7, even above that. But obviously, I need to start from where I am. I had a good form at the playoffs last year, and that's where I left it in the UK. I want to start from there and then go on, but I don't want to be punching too high. I know that I've got to start from here, start scoring the points from the start of the year, and then go on. I think that I would be happy with a 7.5 at the end of the year. If I do that, that would be absolutely perfect. And that's realistically pushing riders in my team that I think that I'm just as good, but they are a little bit more consistent than me in some of the hits where I'm lacking of. So I think it's possible. It's a good goal, and it's a good thing, a good number to have in my head.
Yeah, sounds good. A few other comments that are coming in. One from Kieran, of course, young Kieran Lydon. We know he's always about, and he wants to know if you got an answer to your question from the launch show. Now, for anyone that wasn't there, Paco had a little bit of a bone to pick with the promotion on Friday, that he's always been tarred as the one with a potty mouth. But actually, I meant to prepare it before this. But this time next week, Paco, I will have Sedge's swear jar ready for the season ahead.
Yes.
So Paco wanted to know if now that he's captain, he was given the guys permission to use any language they wanted when we're getting in. I mean, hey.
Now, before 9 o'clock, before you answer.
I didn't receive any answer from the club, but on the other side, I remember last year when we did this show together, I actually sweared a couple of times, and I think that by the time the show finished, I had like 4 or 5 messages saying you shouldn't swear, like from Steve and all the boys. They were like, I shouldn't have said that, but it's okay. I think the swear jar is not a good idea because I think that I will lose a lot of money. So keep that for you and Seiji, please. Don't put it for the team.
Cool. We've got a few people wishing you well for the season. Ian Marshall, I think he's one of the ones who's been working in the wet today, trying to get the track ready. All the best for the new season from Ian. Lynette's back saying have a great season. Penny Crying King Rib is watching. Oh, there you go.
Is that a threat, or is that just letting us know?
And then we've got George K saying you and Kai at 3 and 4 again. Are you happy with that?
I am, and by that I mean he's a very talented rider, and I think that me and him, when we are both on the good days, we understand each other on the track. And the funny thing is that when we're struggling, sometimes we always say in the pits, if you're in front, just go, don't wait for me. And we understand that. We go along together very good. I'm very happy. We are very good friends also outside the track. And I feel comfortable with him on the track. Obviously, on the away tracks, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of like team ride. We can do that at home. We've done that in the past. We've done it a lot. But we are. I think we are a good couple. We are a good pair. Sorry, we are a good pair on the track as well. I think it's going to be a good season for both of us. He's very hungry. I'm very hungry for results, and as long as we don't get into each other's way and help each other, I think we're going to be good. It's just confirming what we know we are capable of. We've shown that in the past, both of us, in different occasions, and then it's just about taking it to the track together at the same time.
Yeah, and then looking ahead to Friday, Paco, of course, we, as traditionally we always do, we start the season with a visit to Glasgow. These are big occasions for more than one reason. The first meeting of the season's always a big one. Glasgow, their fans are fantastic. They travel so well. That third and fourth bend will be it'll be red and white, and I guess it's
I remember that well.
The Monarchs' job to send them home with their tails between their legs.
Well, obviously, it's always one of the most important meetings of the year against Glasgow. We know that we don't have to hide behind anywhere. But on the other side, I really don't want to put any pressure on us or on the meeting itself, because again, it's the first meeting of the year. They've got a new team, but we also have a new team. We have to get to the track together and understand each other. They also have to do that. So it's gonna be something new for the two teams, I think. And it's only just about going out and starting the season safe, starting the season well, with the good potential we've got, and just taking to the track what we know we are capable of. We are starting at home. Then the next leg is away, obviously. So we have to start strong. Of course, we have to win. There's no other way around it. We have to win. But I'm quite confident. Like in the past, last year, we were gonna go against a Glasgow team or a Pool team at home with 6 riders only in the team, with rider replacement, injuries, everything was a disaster. We were kind of like hoping for the best all the time. Well, now we got a full team. We got a fresh team, energy. I think we're a good team. I honestly think that. So I don't see why. No, I think we have a good chance there to take a good result at home on Friday.
Cool. A couple of questions from the fans again. Chris, same Chris. Who do you think in the team and where a team has the greatest potential to improve their averages or point scoring?
It's a good question. I wouldn't know the answer because this year I really did not care about the movements of riders, and I didn't look at the teams. I honestly went like full blind into the season. I know that a couple of mates of mine have changed teams, and I saw like for example the pool side, obviously, which is always strong, and I always thought the pool is always like taking a strong team to the track, and we've seen that also obviously at the first meeting of the year against Oxford. But I see them as being obviously one of the strongest. I think we've got a good side. I think that for the side we have at the moment on the paper, we haven't been on the track yet, obviously. So I cannot really tell what the form is of the rider, but on the paper, I don't see why we cannot push for the playoffs. Of course, there's Redcar, which is always strong, Glasgow as well, but I don't really know the teams, so I should have a look at it. But I will care about them. Maybe the day of the meeting, we go against them.
Sure, and then the Caroline's saying, Watson saying, great to have you back, Paco. Do you have someone in your team that organises all your travel and where you should be? And then another one from Scott Somerville, which is, what 3 pieces of advice would you give to a youngster who's new to the sport? So I thought put 2 of them together, Paco, because you're really good at answering questions and lots of detail there.
Answering quick, the first one is absolutely nobody. I do everything from organizing flights, traveling on the van, bikes, washing bikes. This is the hardest thing about my season for the last 6 years. I do everything on my own, and then the last week I spent 13 hours a day in the workshop, and then I was going to bed at 10 and organizing flights and everything, basically until 12. Go to bed, wake up, and I have to train on the same time. So it's a bit difficult to organize. So yeah, I do everything myself when I have energy enough not to sleep. And then about the advices would be to always first of all, which is something that many riders lose, and I do as well, is to always enjoy riding the bike. And it's just the most simple advice I would give, because I lose the happiness of riding my bike many times when you lose, because the results are so important and the pressure of the team, of this and that. So that's the first thing I would say. Learn what to do on the bike, everything about it. Everything. This is something I'm teaching also young kids in Italy. You have to learn everything about the bike, because if you go to the track, you need to know what's happening to the bike and you need to know how to fix it. And then the third one is just take chances all the time if you can, because I've been too respectful, and I've missed chances in my life because I thought I wasn't ready and this and that. On the other side, I'm like, just try it and go for it. Maybe it goes bad, but if you have a positive mindset, then you just overcome it.
Yeah, and then of course another bit of advice I'm sure Paco would give everyone: get your tickets for Friday now.
That's the fourth one.
Yeah. 7:30 on Friday night. It's the BSN series. It's the first meeting of 2024, and it's a visit from the Glasgow Tigers. Tickets are available at www.edinburghmonarchs.co.uk/tickets. And if you can't make it along, you can join myself and Mike Hunter on the stream. which is edinburghmonarchs.co.uk/EMTV to pick that up. Dave, I know you've been gallivanting all over Europe. You probably feel like a speedway rider the amount of hours you've spent in the van recently, but it's great to be back, isn't it? We're almost there. We're hopefully now 48 hours away for tapes up. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, it's lovely here getting Paco on, because it's that level of enthusiasm is what you want to see. Or get everybody in the door smiling. A big home win to start with would be good as well. That's it. If you can fix that for us, Paco, that'd be fantastic. But yeah.
No, I'm going. I'm always going for the big points if I can.
Yep. So as I said, 7:30 Friday night, Glasgow Tigers come Armadale. Paco will be there. I'll be there. Dave will be there. Hope you will too. We'll be back afterwards, myself and Dave, with the Monarchs Friday Focus. So until then, Paco, thank you for joining us. Everyone watching, thanks for joining us, and goodbye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye now.